Alright guys, so today we are going to do homemade cornbread. I've actually got red beans and rice right there on the stove currently cooking, so as I make this I may have to turn around and stir a couple times, but I just looked up the homemade jiffy box recipe. That personally is my favorite, but we're going to do it homemade because I don't have a box here to do it with, which is self-explanatory. It's like 2 or 3 ingredients you add into it, start together, stick it in the oven. This on the other hand, you've got about 5 ingredients that you're going to stir together. So to start off with, it's going to be flour, and I keep my flour in a jar on the counter. I do the same thing with my sugar, same exact jar right here. I'm going to open that. So it says 2/3 cup of flour. I'll also keep, I'm going to show you all what I'm kind of doing. I also keep my measuring cups up here. But yeah, let's see if I can, I don't even know if y'all can see. Okay, so 2/3 cup. I've got a 1/3 cup. I don't know if y'all know how to measure your flour, but you're supposed to get like a little knife and swipe across to kind of compact it. That's 1/3. That's 2/3 cup. So, okay, this calls for yellow cornmeal, but this is what I have. I have Mark the White's buttermilk cornmeal. This is not yellow cornmeal. This is white, but that's okay. This is what I used last time and it worked fine. So, before I just start doing this, you need a 1/2 cup of yellow cornmeal, or whatever I'm using. I got these stainless steel measuring cups from Dollar General in Florida, so in case y'all are curious. Okay, so that's a 1/2 cup right there. 1/3 cup of sugar. So like I said, I've got my sugar right here in this jar. Alright, last time I did this, that sugar wasn't sweet enough, so I'm going to do just a little bit more. I'm going to use that same 1/3 cup, and I'm going to fill it up 2/3 of the way. Alright, now I need baking powder. One tablespoon of baking powder. So I don't know if you'll use baking powder, if you'll bake any, but they have this little thing right here on the lid, this little lip, and it's actually meant for you to scoop in, and then you, if y'all can see that, you slide it across like that, and it gives you a perfect amount. I think that's really cool. That's 1 tablespoon. Alright, and then we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I like this lid because I can actually, well, I say that, this one doesn't fit there. I'm going to do this over the sink. I think that y'all can't see me, but I didn't want to accidentally pour too much in there. So there's that 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So this is the vegetable I have currently. I normally just get like off-brand, but I've got Crisco, so I just used. I need my whisk. So we're just gonna, that's pretty much it. We're just gonna whisk. No, that's not it. Just kidding. Okay, so now you need 1 egg and 1/3 cup of milk. Alright, so surprise, surprise, I don't have any milk. So let me very quickly, I'm gonna ask Google. I hope this video is not too long. I'm gonna ask Google, substitute for milk in cornbread. Let me see what it says, if I have any of it. Water, you can use water, use 1 cup of water and a teaspoon of butter for every cup of milk. So this called for a 1/3 cup of milk. So we're gonna do water. I hate that. I hope that tastes good. Never used that water before. So I have a stand mixer, but I don't use it for little stuff like this. Because 9 times out of 10, maybe not necessarily this exact recipe, but 9 times out of 10, if you try to use a stand mixer for something so small and minute, it'll end up making it extremely liquidy, so it'll overmix. I'm gonna melt just a little bit of butter to add in here because it said to if you were using water. So use milk if you have it. Whole milk would be preferred. I typically don't use whole milk because we don't keep that in here because that hurts my stomach. So we typically have like an almond milk or some lactose-free milk. But it says 1/3 cup. I just got a little teaspoon of butter. I'm gonna put it in the microwave. I had to stir my beans over there, but I just melted that butter. I'm gonna add that in there. Now I'm only doing the butter because I had to do water, and that's what the substitution said. Add a teaspoon of butter to your water. So that's what I just did. Okay, there's no clumps, it's all good. This is what it looks like. So this is gonna be my first batch. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it and put it in my, this is like a, 9x9 or something like that, just your regular cake pan. It is non-stick, but I still wanna spray something olive oil cooking spray is all I have, so I'm gonna spray that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in there. So this is our first batch, which I never even heated the oven up. Whoopsie. Y'all, I did this in my last video. I really shouldn't be using a whisk to scrape that out there. I'm gonna use this. Just set that in my clean sink for the moment, because we're about to make another batch. So I'm also gonna make jalapeno. Like I said, this is not bitter. I do not like the old school bitter cornbread. I like the sweet cornbread. Okay. So this one's done. Y'all can see that. I don't want to tilt it too much. I'm gonna set this over here. Let me scroll down really fast and see how long I'm supposed to. Wow, what kind of recipe is this? Oh, there we go. Okay, alright, so preheat your oven to 400 degrees. I should have said that way at the beginning, but I burned my finger. If y'all go watch me cook those red beans and rice, you'll see me. I just grazed that skillet that was on the stove and I just burned my finger. So every time I go to stir that heat, ooh, it hurts. Alright, so I just preheated the oven to 400. I took my rice off because my rice was done, and I just started my beans again. But anyways, back to this. Alright, so we're going to start all over. 2/3 cup of flour. Alright, there's 1/3. 2/3. And then a 1/2 cup of cornmeal. Like I said, I don't have yellow cornmeal. Actually, that's gonna just be all the cornmeal I have. Better write that on my grocery list. Literally, I'm about to write this on my grocery list because I will forget. Alright. I should do a video on how I write my grocery list. I think that'd be pretty cool. Alright. Anyways, 1/3 cup of sugar. Now, being this is going to be the jalapeno cornbread, I'm going to leave it at 1/3. I'm not going to add extra because I don't want my sweet and jalapeno together. That wouldn't be very good. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. So this is covered in oil. So I'm going to use a scooper thing to put it in here. Because I can't put that, I don't have time to clean it. I'm trying to show y'all what I'm doing. That's good. It's just a little bit more than, but that's fine. So, alright, baking powder. A 1/2 teaspoon 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna do that over the sink again. Alright, there's my salt. And 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Okay, I'm only gonna do just a little bit because I accidentally put too much. Alright. Okay, and then I need an egg. And then we're gonna do water again because I don't have milk. So there's my water. I'm gonna do another thing of butter, which is right here. I don't know why it went away. Y'all, there's some kind of chemical reaction going on. Okay, I've got to add water to my beans really fast. That was everything. Okay, there's my butter. Yeah, that's everything. No, an egg. Y'all are seeing a very realistic what happens when I cook more than just one thing at a time. Okay, I have less than a minute because my stupid camera cut me off again, but I'm gonna very quickly add in a tablespoon, if I can find it, a tablespoon of jalapenos. So I've got diced jalapenos here, and I'm just gonna add those in, stir it, and then put it in my pan, and I'm ready to go. Y'all probably won't see that because my camera's about to cut me off literally any second. But when these cornbreads are done, I will show you all the finishing product. I hope y'all really enjoy this. I don't know how much, I'm just adding to how it looks. Alright guys, here it is. I'm going to grab a toothpick. There's the timer. I'm gonna stir these beans really fast. Okay, this is the jalapeno. Oh yeah, oh y'all didn't see it. Look at that, nothing. Oh yeah, they're done. Yummy, yummy. Alright. I'm gonna turn the oven off. Look at that. This is the jalapeno cornbread. You can see the chunks of jalapeno in it. And this is the regular. Let's see if we can turn the light on. There we go. So there's your regular homemade cornbread. And here is the jalapeno. Just for y'all, since I'm videoing this, I will go ahead and cut it open. Wow, it's so soft. If it wasn't hot, I'd do it with my hand, but. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah. Can y'all see that? So there's the cornbread. That'll be the jalapeno. I'm not gonna cut into both, but I was just curious to see what this one looked like. I wish that lighting would chill out. There we go. Kind of. All right. So there's your homemade cornbread. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all can use it. I had fun making it. I've already cleaned the whole kitchen up. And I'm just trying to cook the water out of these beans. And I'm done. But I'll see y'all next time. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Check out all the food I've made, like this red beans and rice. Y'all can have that recipe. I'm gonna put all of the food into a cooking series, so they'll have a little category and it'll say the cooking series or something like that, and y'all can click on that and have everything I've ever made in the kitchen in that little section. But I'll see y'all next time.